Hey everybody, this is Melina from ScrapbookingwithME.com and Me Crafty Scrapper here on YouTube and Instagram. And today I am making little pretty ribbon and lace dangles to dress up my journals and planners. And I wanted to share with you how I'm doing it. I need no jewelry tools whatsoever, no pliers, no jump rings, no nothing like that. We are making some simple little dangles, and I think they are beautiful. So you can call them dangles, you can call them tassels, whatever you want to call them. Just be sure to call them beautiful, because they are. I love these things. Okay, so if you have ribbon or lace trims or even baker's twine in your stash of goodies that you have out for journals, you can make these. If you have little thread, so either crochet thread or even just sewing thread, don't take it apart like you would if you were going to put it through a needle. Sewing thread, crochet thread, anything like that, you will need that. Some different types of trims, and then some safety pins, or if you have them, the little bulb pins. So that's what you will need, and a pair of scissors. Okay, that's all you will need. These are super simple. They are meant to be imperfect little kind of shabby chic additions to our journals and planners. So this is how I make them. Plenty of other people have shown this on YouTube. I was just making it for my journal, for this really big one that I've got here, and I made that little dangle for it. And yeah, that's my 3 signature one. I'll put the link or links to all of this where I made this, and all of the steps where I made this one. I will put that below, but I just loved how that one looked with that journal. So after I made it, I thought, well, let's just show everybody how I did it. And if they want to use my tutorial on making their own dangles, they can. If they don't, that's fine too. So I start with 8 to 10 different pieces of trim, and I try to get them all about 10 inches long. So let me get my ruler and I will show you. Okay, so if you have a mat on your work surface, that works even better. But if you want to try to get them all the same lengths, then, you know, just put them up against your ruler and then trim accordingly. So some of mine are a little longer, some may be a little bit shorter, but all are around that 10-inch mark. Now, I have some of my seam binding is very crinkly, and that's okay too. I've got crinkly one in this one, and it worked out fine. You just kind of stretch it out, cut it at 10, and then lay it on top of all of your other trims. On this one, I have a thicker trim here, and I want that one to kind of be my base on the bottom. So this one has got some creams, some light pinks, and some browns in it. And I want to kind of layer them up, largest to smallest maybe, and then kind of mingle in a few different ones. So I'm going to put, this is a little piece of Rick Rack ribbon, and I'm putting that there. This is very sheer, kind of taupe colored. Then I've got a lace trim here. Whoop. And you just kind of try to line them all up together like so. And then I've got this kind of oatmeal looking color seam binding. And yes, it is very crinkly, but we're going to lay it out. Maybe put a pair of scissors on top just to try to keep it there until we get everything on here that we want. And then it won't matter that that's all crinkly like that. All right, I'm going to put, I think I want this on the top. I'm going to put this little lace trim next. Whoa. We're all over the place. It stuck to my hand for whatever reason. And I have no glue on my hands because there's no glue required in this. So laying it, laying it, laying it, and then I want that little strawberry looking or watermelon looking seam binding as my top. All right, and then I'm going to get a little binder clip. This is not a necessary step if you're really great with your hands. You don't need the binder clip. You're just going to hold all of them together and then find the middle if you were to fold them all in half. And that's about right there. And I'm just going to put my binder clip on to hold them all together. Oh, look, I've got my white one ribbon down here that I didn't put on top that I wanted on top. There we go. And then I'm just going to get my binder clip and kind of hold it and see if we need to go this way or that to find the middle. And let's go one more little clip this way to get the middle. That's about good right there. And then I'm going to get my crochet thread and I'm going to go right beside my binder clip on either side of it, whichever side is your center or you feel is close to your center. And you can sit and, you know, bend it down, fold it down, whatever you need to do. All right, I'm going to tie one knot with my crochet thread, whatever little thread you're using. Tie one knot, then take your binder clip off. Tie that knot a little more securely, and then look for your center again, just making sure. And I love how, ooh, I love how that looks. So we're going to go ahead and do a really tight knot there. And then we're going to double knot it. And if you don't have nails, fingernails, like I do, this is a lot easier too. You can get a hold of that knot really good. All right, so you've got your double knot. If you feel like your ribbons are a little resistant, just go ahead and make another knot. That's fine. Then you're going to keep your tail long over here, because then you're going to go in and you're going to do a double knot, but you're going to do a floating double knot on top. Okay, so you've got your knot holding your trims together right there. Okay, then you're going to come down and you're going to leave about, I would say, let me see here, about 1/8 of an inch loop. I'm going to pull it up. I hope it's not blurry. I hope it focuses on it. Okay, you see that little loop? That's what you're going to do. You're going to hold that loop in place as good as you can. It doesn't have to be perfectly looped, but it needs to just stay in that position. And then you're going to do another knot and just kind of square knot that loop. And then if you need to, put your scissors into the knot, just the point of them, and then get your thread back, and on top of that scissor blade, just pull it tight. Okay, and then you can go ahead and cut off both ends Just making sure that you've got your little loop there. And snip off both ends right at the top of that loop and your little knot that you've got. Then you are going to smush all of your ribbons together. Pull that crochet thread or whatever thread you're using, pull that top knot to the top while you're smushing all your ribbons together. Okay? So all your ribbon tails are that way. Your top knot is there and you're pulling on the top of it there. Okay? Then you're going to get your thread again and leave yourself a little tail right here. Hold it with your thumb and then just start wrapping around and do it rather tightly, making sure that your top knot is staying on top there. And just start wrapping and go over that tail that you've got down here so that it holds that. And then you can make it as pretty, you know, stacked as you want to, or you can just wad it up, however you want to do that. And I'm going to go around a good, I don't know, a lot of times. Just enough until you get a look like this. And see here on this one, you can see how many times I went around on that one too. And that looks like a good amount. It's holding it well. I'm going to find my loose end that I had here. I'm going to come around, cut me another end. Okay. And then get my two ends and double knot them. Get that tight. Okay. Your two ends, so you've got one that's tall here. You can move it down if you want to. And then your loose end that you started with. All right, and then kind of right underneath that, all of that you've put together, you're going to knot it, and then you're going to double knot it. Okay, and pull it very, very tight, and then hold down all your trims and snip those ends off where you double knotted that. And then you can pull some of these down over that so it's not as prominent. You don't see it as much. Okay. Then remember you've got your top knot here. Okay. You're going to get one of your safety pins, bulb pins, whatever, and you're going to go through that floating top knot. That's how you're going to do that. And then you've got your trims, your dangle, tassel, whatever you want to call it. And you can go in and trim off, like if you've got one long ribbon, it kind of got loose from you, you can go in and trim that off if you wanted to. You can, if you go in there and you see that some of them are just flat across, you can go in and trim it at an angle if you want to. I love how this one looks both ways. I just love that one. And if you have, I put mine directly through the spine. So I just pushed the safety pin through the spine, and that's how I've got that. Just because that one didn't have any trim or lace or anything on the spine of it. Now this one does have lace on the spine, so, and it's very holey lace. So you will be able to put it through very easily. Just unclip your bulb clip or your safety pin. Put it through the lace that's on the spine of your journal. And then let it dangle. I just think those are so pretty. I love making pretty little dangles for my journals and my planners. All right, let's go through making one more. We'll pick all the ribbons out, and then we will attach it to this traveler's notebook. If you have a planner and a traveler's notebook, you have elastics at the top. I'm going to show you how I add those on like that to a traveler's notebook like that. Okay, I'm going to start with a piece of this kind of giraffe looking ribbon. I think it will go very well with that traveler's notebook, so that's why I'm picking that one. And I'm just kind of putting it up against my ruler, giving myself a little extra at 10 inches, and then cutting my ends at an angle. So that will already be done. And I won't have to do it when it gets onto the planner or journal or whatever I'm putting it on. All right, then let's pick, I think I want to use this skinny gold here. Give myself a little extra and then trim off my ends at an angle. All right, and then some of this oatmeal looking seam binding, and cut it a little long. And with it being so scrunchy, sometimes it's harder to trim those ends at an angle, but I'll try here. There and there. And then some lace. Let's see how long this little piece is. I knew it was, okay, yep, that'll work. Even though it probably is not right at 10 inches, it will work. And then some of this wider lace here. Let's try that about here, and we've got an angle on that end. I'm good. I want some of this sheer also there, and then angle it there. So I'm getting quite a few a little bit longer than 10, so this one might be a little longer tassel than what I've been making. All right, I want to look for another gold looking trim. Let me look over here. And this little ribbon that I've had in my stash forever, I want 2 pieces of this. That is very pretty. Look at that. I love that. It's gold with a white ribbon looking piece down the middle. And then I found some black grosgrain or grosgrain, however you want to say that. Then I got this little peach piece of grosgrain. All right, and let's see, maybe one more piece of lace of some kind. Let's do this thicker one here. Oh yeah, that's pretty. Okay. There we go. Now let's see how many we've got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That is, 11. That is perfect. Perfect, perfect. All right, I'm going to line them up and put my ruler up now. I'm going to line them up how I want them. And when you have a printed ribbon and you know there's nothing on the other side, you'll need to lay it so that when you start to fold it, of course the printed side shows more than the other side. All right, so I want to put down that, and then this little peach piece, one of my lace pieces, then my seam binding, and my sheer piece, and then maybe this, let's see, let's do this gold piece, this other sheer gold, and then my black gross grain, grosgrain, whatever. One of my other laces, my other gold and white, and then my top lace. Okay, so that's how I want that. And then I'm going to try to put my binder clip right down the middle here, and then I will move it over some to get it more in the middle and see how that looks. I like that. Let's get our crochet thread and make our first knot right beside the binder clip. Your binder clip is your hands and feet, helping you hold on to everything. All right, make your knot a little tighter, fold down all of your pieces to make sure you're pretty much in the middle. I need to go this way just a little bit, so I'm going to hold all of my ribbon, go to the right some, pull it tight, fold them down. Yep, that looks about right. So I've got that one knot, then I'm going to tie another knot and securely tie very tight. And then I'm going to do my floating double knot on top of it. So here I go, not going all the way down to the other knot. So I'm not making it a triple knot. I'm holding back about 1/16 of an inch, putting my scissor point through that, and then tying the other knot on top of that to make a double floating knot. And that is just right. So I'm going to tighten that up. Okay. And then chop off my ends, making sure not to cut your ribbons and your trims. All right, and then I'm going to hold on to my double knot here, making sure it's at the top of all of my ribbons, holding them down rather tightly, and then I will start my crochet thread again around all of them. Give myself a really good bulb right here. It always looks nice when it's got a bulb look at the top of it. All right, and then I have wound twice, looks like, no, 3 times, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's secure that loose end there and knock our crochet spool off. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So yeah, a good 20 times around. And I want to keep it down just a little bit to keep my bulb look at the top there. My floating double knot is still on top. Okay, I'm going to cut my crochet thread, find my other end, and make another double knot just as tightly as I can, and underneath all of it, as close down at the bottom as I can. Double knot right at the bottom of all of those going arounds. Okay, and then trim and trim. All right, and then it looked like I had a couple of pieces that needed to be, yeah, this little lace here needs a better angle on it. So I'm going to trim that and then find the other end of that one and trim it a little better. Here we go, there it is. Give it a better angle cut. Oh, and I like that. I like the little peeking of the black ribbon in there. That's pretty. All right, this giraffe looking ribbon, it got a little off center, so I'm just gonna give that a good trim so it's not that much longer than the rest of it. And then this little gold one got a little long too, so I'll trim that off so it's not hanging down further than all the rest. And then I'll get my bulb clip. These would probably work even better with the tiny little safety pins too. They wouldn't hang down as far if you needed one not to hang down too far, you know? Okay. Oh, I love that one. It's very pretty. Let's put it on our traveler's notebook. So on a traveler's notebook, you have the elastics that hold your booklets in place. So here are the ends of those elastics. And you're just going to go up underneath the elastics with your safety pin, bulb pin, whatever it is. And with black, I know it's not going to be as easy to see. Go right up underneath those elastics there. And then secure your safety pin. And then let it hang. And there is your dangle that you have for your planner. I love that. Or you can push it up with the bulb pin. You can push it up to the bulb and it will stay in there too. There you've got a little bit higher of a dangle, a tassel, if you wanted that. So I'm going to try to line these up for you so you can see all of them. I love making these things, and I thought, okay, I'm making them, so I've got to show everybody. Got to show my viewers that I'm doing these. And I mean, these take no time at all. Like I said, if you don't have fingernails like I've got, it takes you even less time. So there are the dangles that I have made, one off camera, these two on camera. I love how they turned out. And if you make some of these no jewelry tool dangles, tassels, I want to see them. So mention me on your YouTube video, or tag me on Instagram or Facebook and let me see the dangles that you made using no jump rings, no jewelry tools whatsoever. And these shabby chic little things are so pretty. I thank you so much for watching this video. If you loved it, please remember to give me a thumbs up. Show me some hearts in the comments. I would love that. And I'll see you in the next video. Y'all have a great day. God bless. Bye, y'all.